Have you ever looked around and wondered why some people seem to transform their lives completely while others stay stuck in the same place for decades? Why do some people wake up one day and decide to change everything while others keep making the same mistakes year after year, living the same day on repeat for 30 years and calling it a life? Jim Rohn, one of the greatest philosophers of success who ever lived, had a very simple and brutally honest answer to this question. He said most people choose not to change. Not that they can't, they choose not to. And that one sentence should shake something deep inside you. Because if change is a choice, then where you are right now is also a choice. Your bank account, your relationships, your health, your mindset, all of it is the result of choices you have made or failed to make. That is not a comfortable truth, but Jim Rohn never believed in comfortable lies. He believed in uncomfortable truths that actually set people free. So, today, we are going to go deep into why 99% of people never change. What keeps them locked in a life they don't want? And most importantly, what the 1% do differently that makes all the difference. Stay with me till the end because what I am about to share could genuinely be the turning point you have been waiting for. Jim Rohn grew up poor. His father was a farmer and his family had very little. By the time he was in his mid-20s, he was broke, in debt, and had nothing to show for his years of effort. He was doing what most people do, working hard, hoping things would get better, waiting for some lucky break to arrive. Then he met a man named Earl Schoaf, who asked him one question that changed his life forever. He asked Jim, "How long are you going to keep working this hard for so little?" And Jim didn't have an answer because he had never really thought about it. He was just living on autopilot, doing what everyone around him was doing, following the crowd without questioning where the crowd was actually going. And this is the first reason why 99% of people never change. They are living on autopilot. They wake up, follow the same routine, think the same thoughts, hang around the same people, consume the same content, and then wonder why their life never moves forward. Jim Rohn called this the path of least resistance. It is comfortable, it is familiar, and it is slowly killing your potential. The human brain loves routine. It loves predictability. Change is uncomfortable, and the brain treats discomfort like a threat. So, every time you try to build a new habit, start a new business, or make a bold decision, your brain sends alarm signals telling you to stop, to go back to what is familiar, to stay safe. And most people listen to that alarm. They retreat back to comfort. They tell themselves, maybe tomorrow, or I am not ready yet, or it is not the right time. But Jim Rohn said something powerful here. He said, if you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. Think about that. If you are not actively deciding what your life looks like, you are passively accepting whatever life hands you. And life without direction does not give you success. It gives you average. It gives you mediocre. It gives you a quiet desperation that most people feel, but few will ever admit to. The second reason most people never change is that they have a misunderstanding of what change actually requires. Most people think change is about motivation. They watch an inspiring video, they feel pumped up, they make a list of goals, and then 2 weeks later, they're back to their old habits, wondering what went wrong. Jim Rohn was very clear on this. He said motivation is what gets you started, but discipline is what keeps you going. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings change. Discipline is a decision, and decisions can be kept. The people who actually transform their lives are not the ones who always feel motivated. They are the ones who show up even when they don't feel like it. They are the ones who do the work on the bad days, the tired days, the days when everything feels pointless, because they understand that consistency over time is the only thing that creates real change. Jim Rohn used a beautiful metaphor here. He talked about the farmer. A farmer does not plant seeds in spring and then dig them up in summer because he is not seeing results fast enough. He plants, he waters, he waits, he trusts the process. He knows that the harvest does not come overnight, but most people want to plant on Monday and harvest by Friday. And when it doesn't work, they quit. They tell themselves that the seed was bad, the soil was wrong, the weather wasn't right, anything except the truth, which is that they simply didn't give it enough time. The third reason is one of the most dangerous and most overlooked. Jim Rohn called it the influence of your environment. He famously said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." And this is not just a motivational quote, this is a scientific reality. The people around you shape your beliefs, your standards, your habits, and your vision of what is possible. If everyone around you is complaining about life, you will start complaining too. If everyone around you believes that rich people are lucky or that success is for someone else, you will start believing that too. Without even realizing it, you absorb the mindset of your environment like a sponge. Jim Rohn said, "Stand guard at the door of your mind, because what gets in will eventually shape who you become." And most people have left that door wide open. They consume negativity all day through social media, through toxic relationships, through news cycles designed to make them feel anxious and powerless.